Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another wonderful episode of the English Flow podcast. I am your host, Lucas, and I am absolutely thrilled that you are here with me today. Where are you right now? Maybe you are traveling to work, preparing a nice meal, or taking a relaxing walk outside. Whatever you are doing, you are making a great choice. You are investing time in your education, and you should be very proud of yourself. Today, we are going to discuss a subject that makes many students feel nervous. We are going to talk about mistakes. Often, learners feel shy or embarrassed when they speak incorrectly. But I want to tell you the truth. Making mistakes is the only way to grow. Just like learning to ride a bike, you might fall, but you get back up and try again. You cannot master English without errors. It is a natural part of the process. So, today we will explore the 5 most common mistakes that beginners make. My goal is to help you see these errors clearly so you can correct them easily. By the end of this episode, you will feel stronger, smarter, and much more confident in your speaking. Begin with the first major mistake, and this is one that I see almost every single day with my students. It is the mistake of direct translation. This happens when you think of a sentence in your native language, whether that is Spanish, Arabic, French, or Japanese, and you try to translate it word for word into English. This is a very natural thing to do because your brain is trying to find a logical path to express your thoughts. However, languages are like different houses. They have different structures and different foundations. For example, in some languages, you might say, "I have 25 years to describe your age." If you translate that directly to English, you say, "I have 25 years." But in English, we do not possess our age. We exist in our age. The correct structure is, "I am 25 years old." When you translate directly, you often sound confused or unnatural. You must stop trying to convert your language into English and start trying to think using English structures, even if they are very simple. It is better to use a simple English sentence than a complex translated one. Moving on to the second mistake, we have to talk about grammar. Specifically, we need to talk about the present simple tense and the third person singular. This is perhaps the most famous mistake in the English language for beginners. In English, when we talk about I, you, we, or they, the verb stays simple. We say I eat, you play, or they work. However, everything changes when we talk about he, she, or it. For some reason, many learners forget that these 3 subjects are special. They require an S at the end of the verb. Students often say, "My brother work in a bank," or "She like pizza." These sentences are incorrect. You must say, "My brother works in a bank and she likes pizza." It is a small sound, just a tiny S at the end of the word, but it makes a huge difference in how fluent you sound. You need to practice this repeatedly until it becomes a habit. Every time you talk about one person who is not you, remember the S. He plays, she runs, it rains. Now, let's discuss the third mistake, which involves very small words that cause very big headaches. I am talking about prepositions, specifically in, on, and at. These words are difficult because there is not always a perfect logic to them, and they are used differently in every language. Many beginners guess which one to use. You might say, I will see you on 5 p.m. or I was born at 1990. These are common errors. We need to remember the general rules for time. We use at for specific clock times, like at 5 p.m. We use on for days and dates, like on Monday or on my birthday. And we use in for long periods of time, like months, years, and centuries, such as in July or in 1990. It is the same for places. We are at a specific point, on a surface, and in an enclosed space. This takes a lot of practice, but if you memorize these three categories, clock time, days, and long periods, you will fix 80% of your preposition mistakes immediately. Do not worry if you get them wrong sometimes. Even advanced speakers make mistakes with prepositions occasionally. The fourth mistake is related to pronunciation. English has some sounds that do not exist in other languages, and the most difficult one is usually the TH sound. You find this sound in words like think, three, this, and that. The mistake many beginners make is substituting this sound with an S, a Z, or a T. For example, instead of saying I think, a student might say I sink. This is dangerous because sink is a completely different word with a different meaning. Or they might say dis instead of this. To make the TH sound correctly, you must do something that feels a little strange. You must put your tongue between your teeth. It feels funny, but it is necessary. You have to blow air between your tongue and your top teeth. Try it now. Think, mother. If you avoid this sound, your accent will be harder to understand. Do not be afraid to look silly while practicing. Look in a mirror, stick your tongue out a little bit, and practice that vibration. It is the key to clear English pronunciation. Finally, we arrive at the fifth mistake, and I believe this is the most critical one. The fifth mistake is not about grammar, and it is not about vocabulary. It is about psychology. The biggest mistake is the fear of speaking. Many of you study grammar books, you listen to podcasts like this one, and you use apps on your phone, but you never open your mouth to speak. You are waiting for the day when your English is perfect. I have to tell you the truth, that day will never come. No one speaks perfect English, not even native speakers. If you wait until you are perfect, you will be silent forever. The mistake is staying silent. You must speak, even if you make mistakes. You must speak, even if you have a strong accent. You must speak, even if you forget words. Every time you speak, your brain builds connections. Every time you make a mistake and someone corrects you, you learn faster than you would from a book. Do not let fear stop your progress. Open your mouth and let the words flow, even if they are broken. We have covered a lot of ground today, my friends. We talked about avoiding direct translation, remembering the S for he and she, using the correct prepositions for time, practicing the TH sound, and overcoming the fear of speaking. These are the 5 mountains you must climb to reach the next level of English. But I know you can do it. Learning a language is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, patience, and courage. For your homework this week, I want you to choose just one of these mistakes to focus on. Maybe for the next few days, you will focus only on the TH sound. Or maybe you will focus on fixing your he/she verbs. Do not try to fix everything at once. Take it one step at a time. Thank you so much for listening to the English Flow podcast. I am Lucas, and I am so proud of your hard work. Keep practicing, keep making mistakes, and keep learning. I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.